Regal Pale, one of America's two great beers, and the high-flying, fun-loving Regal Bird bring you now Ozark Jubilee.
Country music, the Bull Theater in Springfield, Missouri. It's time for the Ozark Jubilee, starring America's favorite country gentleman, Red Foley.
Well, we're all in out of the rain. It's sort of raining here in Missouri tonight. Well, again, friends, it's real good to be able to say a great big howdy to you folks, even though you may be hundreds or even thousands of miles away from our town of Springfield, Missouri. And, of course, tonight, as usual, we're happy to have just about every state in the Union. We just got out there and asked them before we went on the breeze here, and we've got just about every state in the Union represented. We hope it won't be long before you, yes, sir, I mean you, right in there, sitting there, will be able to come and visit with us in person. Well, to sort of get things rolling here, we got a little song we hope you don't take to heart, but we like to sing it because it's got a pretty good beat to it called Trouble in Mind. Trouble in mind, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always. Oh, the sun's gonna shine in my backyard someday. I wanna lay my head on some lonesome railroad line and let that old 220 pass by my mind. Come on, Grady boy. I'm going down to the river, gonna take me a rocking chair, and if the blues don't leave me, I'm gonna rock away from here. When you see me smile, there's trouble on my mind. When you see me laughing, I'm laughing just to keep from crying.
Well, friends, those were the Jubilee All Stars. Really fine group, too. Now, in line with what Red mentioned just a moment ago about coming to see our show, friends, for complete information on obtaining tickets, all you have to do is send a postcard with your name and address to Ozark Jubilee, Springfield, Missouri. But right now, here's another idea for you.
Hi there. I'd like to read you a right pretty poem sent in by a brand new Regal bird watcher. He says, I used to watch the jaybird, the linnet, and the loon. I also watched the nightingale by the light of the silver moon. I used to peek at the peacock and talk to the mockingbird. I used to think that the bobolink had the prettiest song I'd heard. But now I say, and mark my words, them birds are strictly for the birds. I'll watch the Regal bird this year, and he'll watch me drinking Regal Pale beer. Yes, sir, folks, that just goes to show you that when you become a Regal bird watcher, you'll not only make our fine, foamy friend here happy, you'll make yourself mighty happy, too, because when you drink Regal Pale, you're enjoying a beer that just bubbles over with high-flying, frisky flavor and fun. And by golly, I hope you're enjoying it right now. Regal Pale, one of America's two great beers.
Well, just like all of the rest of the 166 million people in this country of ours, I find myself walking around humming a certain tune and not even realizing that I'm doing it at the time. That song, of course, is called Davy Crockett. And tonight's special guest here on our show is a fellow named Max Wiseman. And if you sort of keep up to date on country music, well, you know that Mac Wiseman has one of the very finest records of this tune. Here he is now, so you folks welcome our good old friend here from over in Virginia, Mac Wiseman, and his song, Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee, the greenest state in the land of the free. He lived in the woods, so he knew every tree, and killed him a bar when he was only 3. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Fought single-handed in the Indian War till the Creeks was whipped and the peace was restored. While he was handling this risky chore, he made himself a legend forevermore. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. When he lost his love, his grief was gone. In his heart he wanted to leave it all, and to lose himself in the forest town. But he answered instead his country's call. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Went off to Congress and served his bell, fixing up the government laws as well. Over Washington, so we hear tell, and patched up the crack in the Liberty Bell. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. When he got home, his politicking done, the Western March had just begun. He packed up his gear, his rusty gun, and lit out a grin in the fall of the sun. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. His land is biggest, and his land is fair. From the grassy plains to the mountain crest, he's ahead of us all from a meeting the test, and following his legend right into the west. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
trying to do. I didn't mean to distract from you, but I was trying to get the audience to sing that chorus with you.
Yes, I would.
And I think if you'd give them the cue that they could sing at least one chorus.
I think so.
And let the folks back home hear them. Huh? You ready?
Here goes. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
I guess we better leave it up to you. Matt, good to have you with us.
Thank you,
boy.
Red.
We're going to have
Thank
you
you
come
very
back here on the next half hour. Just a minute, folks. You'll be back on the second half hour. Right now, I always have gone along with that old saying that what is that old saying that I was trying to... Good things come in small packages. That's what I was trying to think of. And, of course, that applies to a little gal on Capitol Records that's a regular here on our Ozark Jubilee, Miss Jean Shepard. Here she is with her latest record release, Take Possession. Jeannie?
You can take possession, darling, when I hear you say I do. When you slip the ring on my finger, take possession, I belong to you. Some folks give away their love too soon when their feelings make them blind. But I'll wait until my honeymoon, for I'm still the old-fashioned kind. You can take possession, darling, when I hear you say I do. When you slip the ring on my finger, take possession, I belong to you. When you take me in your arms at night and you say what I long to know, we can't let temptation burn too bright, even though I do love you so. Surely love can wait if love is great. Please protect me when we're alone. Keep the flame of love real low, my love, till my name's the same as your own. You can take possession, darling, when I hear you say I do. When you slip the ring on my finger, take possession, I belong to you.
Jeannie Shepard, what a wonderful song, a wonderful song. Thank you very much, folks. Boy, give me the old-fashioned kind, I'll tell you. Well, sir, we want to go right over here. This boy, his name is Harold Morrison. He's the boy who did some picking on Mac Wiseman's song there a little while ago. But now we'd like to sort of feature old Harold all by his lonesome, yeah? So if you all wound up, Harold, let's see if those five fingers will sort of pick us something out on that five-string banjo. An old-timer here, Cindy in the summertime, Cindy in the fall. If we can't get Cindy all the time, we won't have Cindy at all, huh?
That's right, Red.
Let's go. Here we go.
Well, you ought to see my Cindy. She lives way down south. She's so sweet to honeybees. Walk down the mountain. Get along home, Cindy. I'm gonna keep you down. Well, went to see my Cindy. She's standing in the door. Shoes and socks in her hand and feet all over the floor. Get along home, Cindy. Get along home. Get along home, Cindy.
tell you what, that's old hairless Joe. We call him Harold Morrison. Just a reminder for you now, friends, that the Ozark Jubilee, starring Red Foley, is coming to you live from the Jewel Theater right here at the crossroads of country music in Springfield, Missouri.
Well, this being National Tavern Month, I'd like to point out that when you drop into your favorite tavern and say, give me a beer, oh, you get the beer. But when you step up and say, give me a bottle of Regal Pale beer, please, then all kinds of grand and glorious things start to happen. First of all, the Regal Bird serenade you with beautiful, bubbly songs. And all the Regal Bird watchers cheer. And then the bartender pours your beer with joy in his heart, because he knows that Regal Bird customers are the nicest kind. And then at last you can slip your tongue and your lip over that rippy-tippy Regal foam, and your happiness is complete. So, friends, if you want to spread joy and gladness all around, especially around the inside of that thirsty throat of yours, step up and ask for Regal Pale, one of America's 2 great beers.
Well, sir, one night here on the Jubilee, we were talking about how the youngsters all over the country have taken to this idea of square dancing after seeing what a lot of fun it is for the kids that we have on our Jubilee from time to time. And it looks like as though our show has started another fad around the country, because they tell me that marble playing is about to surpass baseball as the national pastime now. And if that's true, here is the boy who's responsible for it. If I had my old chalky, I'd strike up a game with him right here, right now. Our ambassador of goodwill for the Ozark Jubilee, Pete Stamper. Pete, come here.
Well, I got me a humdinger tonight there. That's what you call a log roller. I got that from a girl over in Kansas. Sent it to me, and right away, if you're an experienced marble player, you can tell right off the bat that that's an expensive marble there. Of course, when I was a boy, I didn't go around with a pocket full of these kind. In fact, we couldn't afford, things like we wanted. But my folks finally skimped and saved until they was able to get me 2 of them like that. And it wasn't just ordinary marbles. It's just more of a Sunday thing for me. And in fact, I wore them to church between my toes. And you just couldn't afford everything you wanted. And walking down the aisle with them between your toes, unless somebody looked, they wouldn't know what you had shoes on down there. But you just didn't get in a game with a marble like that, because well, they might let you lag up with it, but as far as shooting with something like that, they wouldn't do it, because if you're playing in any kind of a ring at all, you'll have to fudge halfway up your arm to get it across. And but I don't mean to be making fun of the marble, because the girl that sent it over, she let me know that it was a prize procession with her. Said she'd had it ever since she was a baby, and her daddy gave it to her the day she was born to play with. And it's a pretty good thing, because if she ever did manage to swallow it, you could always tell where it was. I think he must have been wanting a boy, because that was pretty near the pool ball there. She wrote and said she noticed, the reason she sent it, she noticed I'd lost my marbles. She didn't really say that. I just thought I'd throw that in there. But if she could have seen me last week, she'd have probably not only thought I lost them, she'd have figured I stepped on them, I guess, because I let Grady Martin talk me in the notion of going over to St. Louis with him in his private plane. Not that Grady ain't a good pilot. I'm just not too hot as a passenger thing. But I was really glad I went, because well, I'd been through St. Louis once before on a bus, but you can't appreciate a town like that until you fly over it at night and look down. Lit up, I'm telling you, it looked like the whole world was possum hunting down there. On the way down, we had a pretty good time. We got over a field out there where there's 8 people working, and Grady thought he'd have a little fun, so he made his motor cough a time or two and dived down like that, and 50% of them froze in their tracks, and the other 50% took off. And we got to figuring out which 50% was scared the most, the ones that stayed or the ones that weren't run. And I finally figured that it must have been the ones that run, because the ones that stayed, they still had a little bit of doubt in their mind whether we was going to crash or not. And the ones that run knowed we was. I know, because 50% of us up in that plane thought the same thing. I just didn't have no place to go right then. We went over there after a dog, is what we went over for, and we got it, and we had a little time to kill, and Grady took me out there with him to see some jets, and we was staring waiting for one to come in, and I had the dog by the leash, and Grady told me to hold on to him pretty tight, because probably he'd never seen a jet plane before, and if one come in, he might run off and tear his collar up. But one come in, and I guess probably he'd seen one before, because it didn't faze him a bit. Of course, the first one I'd ever seen, I run off and tore his collar up. I guess we better take off, Grady, so I'll...
Pete Stamper. Boy, there he is, a boy that people are learning to love as weeks go by. Yes, sir. You know, we have an old boy out here in the audience tonight that we're really happy to have with us. Seemed to get a kick out of Pete Stamper there, a fellow, old country music buddy of ours, Buddy Megan, who's visiting with us tonight from station WNET-TV in Providence, Rhode Island. We'd like to say a big hello to all you people up there in that little state of Rhode Island. Well, it looks like there's just about time enough left for me now. If the boys will give me about a 30-second, a long introduction here. We've got a song that's it's older than all of us. Real old folk ballad called Rosalie. Way down in old Kentucky State, 'twas many years ago, I used to hunt the possum and the coon. The children all would gather round to hear my old banjo and laugh and dance and sing a merry tune. Then hang up the fiddle and the banjo on the wall, lay away the bones and tambourine. That was called away my Rosalie, the sweetest flower of all, from my little old log cabin by the stream. Never see again those happy days of yore, the little children rolling on the green, the old folks and my Rosalie sitting round the door of my little old log cabin by the stream. Hang up the fiddle and the banjo on the wall, lay away the bones and tambourine. Death is called away my Rosalie, the sweetest flower of all, from my little old log cabin by the street.
You know, some folks say when they watch me pour a glass of Regal here on the show, it looks so bright and cool and sparkling they can almost taste it. Well, all I can say is that sure is too bad, because you're never going to have any fun almost tasting a glass of Regal. No, sir, you can look at a glass of this beautiful beer all day long and listen to me talk all night. But until you pour some Regal Pale beer down your own personal throat, you'll never begin to know how much frisky flavor and fun there is right here in this glass. Now, if all I've done here is make you thirsty, well, that's a step in the right direction. Because I hope you'll step in the direction of your favorite tavern or neighborhood store right now, if you don't have any Regal Pale on hand, right away and ask for Regal Pale, one of America's 2 great beers.
The fireman with a story to tell. Little Red Riding Hood in the forest headed for Granny's one day. Stopped for a minute, built a fire for lunch, then went on her way. Suddenly, a wolf spied her and chased Riding Hood through the trees. The fire grew bigger behind her and threatened every oak. But then I spied the smoke, so I came speeding down the mountain, ringing my fire engine bell. Opened my hoses like a fountain, then I heard Little Red yell. Sorry I left it burning, scattering sparks about. When I get rid of this big bad wolf, I'll be back and the 2 of us will put it out.
Folks, that brings us up to the halfway point in tonight's Ozark Jubilee. But we'll be right back with another 30 minutes for you right after station identification. So you come back, people.
Regal Pale, one of America's 2 great beers, invite you to join us next week for Ozark Jubilee. And meanwhile, here's the Regal Bird's thought for the week. As your years of youth retreat, don't take the bitter with the sweet. Take Regal Pale. It's never neither.
This is ABC Television Network.